I don't know if you guys were paying attention. I don't know if you wrote about it. But this being a series of high-profile stabbings in Germany.
I heard about that.
We had 2 incidents within the last month. The first incident was in the city of Mannheim, where this is a picture, and I want to break it down if we can put it on screen. So you guys, because this picture right here, it literally shows the whole situation of Europe in one picture. If you see the police people, is it police person now or is it policeman? I don't know.
Gosh.
Well, whatever. You see the police there. The guy that is being held down is not actually the terrorist.
Oh.
All right. That was, as they call it, a far right wing extremist. He's actually from a party that is center right, maybe the AfD in Germany. He was being held down because someone attempted to stab him.
Oh.
And while he was being held down, that's your average Joe in your average country that's being held down by police and oppressive laws.
Yeah.
The actual terrorist came and stabbed the police person.
Honestly,
What?
good.
I mean, I think these people they're in the line of duty, and
He's arresting the person who's being stabbed,
No, he was arresting the guy who was trying to attack the stabber.
but the stabber initiated the attack.
Yes.
yeah,
right?
the stabber initiated the attack. The policeman said,
And to clarify some stuff, because we can't actually show you this video out
Yeah,
of
I
fear
can't.
of being shut down here.
actually
But
had to get the picture
Yeah.
and censor.
Now, that's why it's blurred. We don't normally have to do that, but in this particular incident, it was so horrible that you had to. So, like Roberto said, there's the right-wing AfD movement. They're having a protest against immigration. Ironic there. A Muslim guy comes up with a machete or a knife or some kind.
A big knife.
Yeah, and starts
I
attacking
think the
people.
jury's still out. It could
Yeah.
be a machete. It could be a knife. We don't know yet.
One guy in the crowd goes to try to tackle the stabber.
Yeah.
The cops arrive on the scene and take down the guy trying to stop the terrorist. While the cop is kneeling on the guy to put him in handcuffs, the terrorist comes up and stabs the cop in the neck, and the cop died.
Sadly died. He died 2 days ago.
Well, he's a freaking idiot. What the hell was he thinking?
Yeah, and then as soon as you see the cop get stabbed, a bunch of other cops show up, and it is like 80 to 90% female cops who arrive on the scene.
You can actually see one in the background of the
Yeah.
picture.
I thought
There's a
she
lot
was
more of them there in the
bystander.
video.
So fast forward after this incident, 4 days forward, an actual politician from the AfD also gets stabbed. He's still like he hasn't died yet. You know, like obviously any injury made by the knife is something serious.
Right.
I also like I didn't want to get the video here because YouTube doesn't love stabbing videos.
Really?
Yeah, no, they don't go well with advertisers. So people in Germany, they've been reacting to this. And I'm going to show you a video. Actually, Kelly, can we go to the other video first? This video came out because people in Europe are starting to get a sense of self, a sense of community. I'm going to go over some stats of the actual results of having this amount of immigrants come in all at once. And this happened in a trendy club in Germany. And if we can go and play the video, I can translate it with my very limited German.
Wow.
Ausländer raus! Deutschland den Deutschen! Ausländer raus! Ausländer raus!
So you can see all these preppy German people having a good time. It's very innocent.
They're saying Ausländer raus.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
Yeah. What?
I don't speak German.
Ausländer raus means immigrants out.
Oh.
Good.
And they're also chanting what essentially translates to Germany for Germans.
Yeah, Germany for
Deutschland
Germany.
for Deutsch.
Germany for Germany, and immigrants out. Now, this is very innocent, song, partying, and whatever. And the left had their own response.
Oh.
And someone can guess what they're saying. You didn't even have to speak German. But let's go to the video, and you guys can just guess what they're saying.
Oh my god.
Alle Nazis raus, alle Nazis raus. Komm, wir gehen am 9. Alle Nazis raus. Für Demokratie, für Demokratie. Rechtsextremismus denkt unsere Stimme nie. Alle Nazis raus.
So,
alle Nazis raus.
I'm
Real
imagining
quick.
they're saying immigrants welcome or foreigners welcome
Yeah,
here.
the gist of it is like all the Nazis out.
Yeah.
You know, and they're just welcoming the immigrants here.
You know, for people
Why
who
is
think
it that the people on the left always look like they're in like a hypnotic trance?
yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. Like you can automatically tell who's on the left and who's on the right just by
Yeah.
how they look.
Like on the right, they always look like happy and normal people, and on the left, they're like ah, you know, in
And
unison.
what's the thing they always tell Europeans is that diversity is our strength, right? That's a very white crowd right there. Almost as if it's almost exclusively white women who are causing all the immigration problems by being soft on immigration. The
Karen army.
cultural replacement.
And guys, don't spoil it. Stay on that thinking because we're gonna go there.
Oh.
We will go there. All right. So just to put in perspective, like the depth of this problem. Brussels, Belgium.
Yeah.
All right. For people in the crowd that don't know where Belgium is, it's like Holland, but off-brand. You know,
Okay.
35% of the people that live in Brussels are not from there.
Wow.
35% of the population of Brussels is not from Brussels.
So is it
they
really
come from?
Brussels anymore?
Mostly Northern Africa, Middle East.
How often
wow.
or when did this trend start? In the last few years, or is this
Look,
been
when the EU
some time?
started?
Has it not been?
No.
That's what
It's been ramping up. Like when the EU started,
Because
once
that
it
allowed
start-
for like cross-border transportation seamlessly.
yeah.
It's been a decade plus.
It's
that
been a decade plus, but the last
it's been ramping up slowly.
yeah, the last 2
but,
3
yeah, very
years it's
quickly.
been ramping up. Helsinki, Finland, 14% foreign born.
Wow.
Espoo, Finland, 13%. Zurich,
Which one?
Switzerland,
Zurich.
Oh,
Zurich, 41%.
jeez.
41% of everyone that lives in the capital of Switzerland, I won't say the name again, is not from there.
Wow.
Then you have London. Come on, take a guess.
50.
61%.
Yeah.
37%.
I think Birmingham.
I mean, I've
That's
been
it.
to London. If you've been there recently, it's
Paris, France.
Mix.
you are not in the old London that I used to go to when I was younger. It is
I
much
know,
different. Everybody
Birmingham,
looks like
England
me and not
also.
like him.
Yes.
And,
It's like Iraq.
yeah, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Amsterdam,
Amsterdam.
34%.
33. You're close.
Nice.
Paris,
Oh. They-
40.
No.
37%. Very
Wow.
good.
Yeah?
You guys are spot on. But do you guys understand what 37%
Is. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
lot.
not that country
That's-
anymore.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
That's a lot.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, Miami, that is very diverse. There's
Yeah.
people that are not
What's
born
our
like
number?
me, you
Yeah.
know. It's, a lot of people from there. Like, it's not even close to like 15%.
Really? 15?
15.
Wow.
All right.
That's surprising because Miami's a mixture
Yeah, I
of
thought it was
things.
It's a
over
mix of
30.
everything.
Wow.
So this could be cool and dandy, like Miami. It's super exciting to go to Asian restaurants,
Yeah.
party with Latinas, and do the whole thing.
Right.
Super exciting to have different cultures merge and meet together, mostly Western cultures. But what's going on in Europe right now? And you were talking about white women, lend them in. They are the most affected by this. Since 1990 till now, the grape,
Oh.
sorry, YouTube. The grape rates in Sweden, they went up 1,490%.
That's
insane.
disturbing.
Yes.
Did you see when they started deporting people that the grape rates started to drop? And they said,
Yeah?
yeah.
The situation.
What happened? The government's like, oh, we can't have that.
I know.
Bring them back.
You know
Yeah.
that the situation has gotten so bad that at least in England, the UK.
Yeah.
In the UK, they stopped reporting the ethnicity of the people committing the crimes.
Oh my God, that's
Why
twisted.
would they
I-
do that? That's
because every single one of them, for the most part, was a foreigner, and they couldn't have that skewing the statistics.
why. That's the
Because
perfect
then it's like,
statistic to see.
well, we should throw our borders open and welcome the immigrant. Yeah, but like all of them are committing grape.
Crimes.
Okay, but well, we can't have you know that, because if you know that, then you won't want them here. Yeah, but we don't want them here. There was just a study done in the UK where they did like a public survey of a huge chunk of the population about who thinks multiculturalism is working for the UK. 95% of people said no. 5% of people said yes. So democracy is doing what only 5% of the country agrees with, because who cares what the other 95% want?
Say.
We need more brown people.
I'm gonna go to Tony.
Is this being done though because of declining birth rates in
Nope.
Europe, or for cheap labor,
Yeah,
or
what's
for
the
both
reason?
reasons, or what do you think it is?
You want me to drop the heat?
Yeah,
Please.
come on. You
Drop
drop
it.
it. We all know what it is.
I don't know if we all know what it is.
We
You got-
talked about it a lot.
No. All roads lead back to this sick, twisted globalist movement where they're trying to do cross-border, what you call it, like ingratiate people into other borders, other countries, and erode the culture of countries to implement this one world mindset, this one world system. So basically, like tear things down, tear down the culture, and erode it to make it easier, more seamless to implement a one world government, one world currency system. Because you say France is 37% immigrants now. Is that really France anymore? Not really. Like if you were going to put it on a smaller scale, if you're going to a high school and then they just inject like 37% more people into that school, like you're gonna have like the same exact culture and like things that you do or things expectations going into place. No, it's gonna be completely different, especially if they're from like a different city or state or especially country. So it's an entirely different place. It's no longer the country that it once was. Like their cultures are being eroded, and the fact that they're blatantly trying to hide statistics like that show who's doing it and protecting these people, shows there's deep dark power behind this.
Can anything be
UN.
done about it at this point, though? You have now all these countries with a significant portion of their populations being of another background.
Do you guys read my notes
I-
before I go on the
yeah,
show?
here's what
He gets
here's
one
what we need
part,
to
he
do.
gets the other part,
Yeah.
and then Tony closing the thing because I'm a guy about solutions.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's what I was
You know,
thinking. What's the?
Yeah.
It's expected for the EU Parliament to swing right and swing right hard.
Margaret Thatcher 2.0.
Margaret, she was the best.
I know. Rest
Like
in
I'm
peace.
still, if I'm still grateful for her, and I
Yep.
will ever be grateful for her. The things that she did for my country.
Those are the days. Her and Reagan tag team in the establishment.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful days. So yes, left-leaning politicians are being, for the most part, because we can get in the nitty-gritty of it, they're being voted out of local positions, government positions. Most of the countries in Europe, they don't have the same system that we do here in America. They use a de facto parliament system that is more similar to Canada what it is to the United States. They actually don't elect a president. Matter of fact, the UK and Spain and the Netherlands still have a king and queen. So they have, a prime minister. But things seem to be moving in the right direction. I'm going to go one last round before we close. Do you guys think it can still be saved, or is it too little, too late?
The Western spirit needs to rediscover the kind of brutality necessary to pull that off. And by brutality, I don't mean physical brutality of, you need to just go beat people up and drag them in the streets. That's not all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need a whole culture worth of people who are willing to be the guy on the cover of National Geographic who's deporting a mother and her children. You need to be the guy who won't bend at the accusation of putting kids in cages. Obviously don't commit horrific human rights abuses in the process, but they're going to accuse you of being a brutal racist regardless of what you do. So do the right thing and say, hey, you came here illegally, you are committing crimes, and you are not actually contributing to the society you're in. You need to go back to the place you came from. And don't cave in when they try to tell you you're the worst person in the world because of that. You want your people to have a homeland. You want your culture to remain intact. You should welcome in the people who are willing to engage in that and help. But the people who want to tear it down and tell you you're the bad guy for stopping them need to be somewhere else.
I couldn't agree more.
You know what they need? I mean, the most beautiful things ever. You see what Bukele did in El Salvador. He built a prison that holds, I think, like 100,000 people, rounded them up, and like made a public statement. He had all those gang members like chained up and like kneeled down on the ground. Remember that visual?
Yeah, wearing
all
boxers.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Gangster. That's what countries need to do with this shit. Make a public example. These people scare the shit out of anybody who's even thinking about committing a crime. Like, sure, if you're an immigrant, you're contributing to the country, great. But if you're not, and especially if you're committing crimes, put them in a fucking cage.
And what do they call Bukele?
Ruthless.
What do they
Look at
call him?
Singapore.
The greatest
They
leader.
call him a fascist.
Yeah.
They call him a
course
human
they
rights
do.
violator.
Of course they
But
do.
Bukele doesn't care. That's
Yeah.
why it's working.
Right.
So
Keep doing that.
I think they're gonna criticize you anyways. You might as well do the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So anyhow, thank you, Connor. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Tony. We didn't talk enough
you,
about
Tony.
Tony.
Glad to
Tony
hear it.
Booker.
Love this
Thank
guy.
you.